Have you ever heard of a guy who got kicked out of not one, but two countries, and still managed to make history? That's Erik the Red. Born around 950 CE in Norway, Erik Thorvaldsson, yeah, the red comes from his fiery hair, was never exactly a model citizen. When he was just 10, his dad, Thorvald, was banished from Norway for manslaughter, so the whole family packed up and moved to Iceland. Fast forward a bit, and Erik finds himself following in his father's footsteps, but with more drama. First, his servants, called thralls, cause a landslide that messes up a neighbor's property. People retaliate, Erik retaliates harder, and well, he ends up killing two guys. Exile number 1, he's kicked out of his Icelandic community. But Erik didn't exactly mellow out. Not long after, there's a heated dispute over some sacred wooden beams. Seriously, Vikings took their timber seriously. Erik kills 2 more men, this time the sons of a guy named Thorgest. And just like that, he's banished from Iceland for 3 years. Now, here's where it gets legendary. With nowhere to go and nothing to lose, Erik looks west, toward a mysterious land others had glimpsed but never really settled. He sails with a handful of loyal followers, braving freezing seas and treacherous ice, until they land at what we now call Tunuliarfik Fjord, but Erik called it Erik's Fjord. He spends 2 years exploring this wild, rugged place. Turns out, parts of it are actually pretty good for livestock, at least compared to the rocky lands he came from. Now Erik was clever. He knew if he wanted company, he had to sell the place. So he called it Greenland. I mean, who wouldn't want to live somewhere called Greenland instead of, say, icy Deathland? The name was pure marketing genius. So, as soon as his exile ended, Erik headed back to Iceland, spreading the good word about his lush new land. He convinced enough people that 25 ships set sail with him, families, animals, supplies, ready to start fresh. Only 14 ships survived the brutal voyage, but those who made it founded the eastern and western settlements, launching a new chapter in Viking history. Erik's legacy didn't stop there. His son, Leif Erikson, would go on to become the first European to set foot in North America, centuries before Columbus. And his daughter Freydis? She was as fierce as her dad, maybe fiercer. As for Erik, he died not long after 1000 CE, likely from a fall off his horse. Not exactly a heroic ending, but hey, for a guy who got booted from 2 countries and still managed to found a colony, it's safe to say he made a mark. So next time you see Greenland on a map, remember it's not just a name, it's a Viking's promise, a clever bit of branding, and the legacy of one very stubborn, very red-headed explorer.